Welcome to Life Between the Listings with Aaron and Amy. We're realtors by day and real people all the time. This is about real conversations, big laughs, and real estate in between. Let's get started, Aaron. So, Aaron, how's your week been?
Oh, I think I don't have enough words to describe this week, and I'm blessed and so happy for all my buyers that I got under contract, all my sellers.
Awesome.
But looking forward, we always say, we're not going to talk about vacations, but we always say, if you want to get super crazy busy to where you can't breathe,
One,
and at
2,
3 a.m.,
3, book a vacation.
you're on your laptop at 3 a.m. and at 7 you're like, oh my God, I need to take a cold shower because I need to get to the office. Book a vacation.
Yep. 100%.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
So it's been one of those weeks. Yeah. Yeah, but you have that one coming up, so that's something fun to look forward to.
Well, and I'm excited. I mean, I'm happy for my buyers. I'm happy for my sellers. Thrilled to be busy.
Yeah.
But it's funny because people think that we just say, Amy, you want to go get a matcha? And let's go get our nails done. Nails done? Let me tell you something. I could climb a tree in 30 seconds with my nails and toes now.
But when you're getting your nails done, think about it. How many calls are you answering?
Woo.
How many negotiations are happening?
Yes.
How many times are you having to say, excuse me just a minute, I just need to respond to this text real quick? Because we don't stop. And I don't think people realize how much we really don't stop.
No.
But we love what we do. So it's not a bad thing. It's just learning to pace ourselves, right?
I think it's learning to find the in-between moments.
Right.
And saying, I'm going to disconnect for 30 minutes just to enjoy this stone massage.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
Well, and we started working out last year together because we realized we were not doing enough for ourselves and we were giving. So you started coming to my house. And
I did.
We were working out together at, come on, girl.
I did.
At 8 o'clock in the morning, we do our walks and then we do some strength training. And actually, we were doing awesome.
We were.
This because we were putting
3
ourselves
times a week.
Putting ourselves first, and I think that's really important. Then we can really give our best to the work we do. Right?
I think so.
So that's really the life that we have in between the work, right?
And
that's a big part of why we're doing this podcast.
I think so, too. And just for people to understand that, not just for us, but for all realtors out there, that we're so much more and we do so much more than what you think we do.
Right.
And we don't go home and not think about you.
We're working
or think about your
continually.
contract or think about your listing. It's all we do 24/7.
Sure.
And I guess that's why we're successful though, right?
Right. And you've been in it for 13 years. I've been in
14 and a
14,
half.
sorry. And I've been in it for 11 and a half years. And yeah, I mean, there's a reason we've stayed in it, but our clients come back to us because they know that they can trust us to follow through with them. So
I think so.
I think it's important.
And I have to say, Amy, I think this is part of the reason why.
Oh, boy.
I need to reach out to Pour Decisions, P-O-U-R. And if you don't mind.
Yes, please, by all means.
Can I call Mixer Rick?
You absolutely can. I've missed him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Mixer Rick, we need you in the studio. Right
Pronto!
now.
Pronto! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I see him coming.
Hey, ladies.
Hello.
How are you gals doing? I hear you talking about working out.
Fantastic. Yes.
This may
this
seem
healthy?
like I'm getting you to work out your livers
well,
with the amount of booze that's in here, but believe it or not, it's just about as boozy as the ones we've had in previous episodes.
Oh, excellent.
We've had 4.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what do we have here?
So this is a traditional gimlet. Now the color is off. You typically with the gimlet it would be light, but because I used Demura simple syrup, which I made using half sugar, half water. And then heat it up to melt it all, and then it just is good.
This is sounding amazing.
That's why it's a little bit darker. But a gin gimlet is, as you're a gin, okay, and I know you're not a big gin drinker.
I've never had gin, so
She's a gin virgin.
Like I said, you're not a big gin drinker.
I'm a virgin
meaning you
with
haven't had it. But alas, here we are.
She's a virgin.
Virgin. Yes.
I'm a virgin.
Aaron, the
There we go.
virgin. Let's go.
Oh my God, let's roll it back.
And then like previous drinks, half-ounce simple syrup and lime juice. Again, we want to keep the theme going of you want your spirit, something sweet, something sour or bitter, and then you have yourself a cocktail.
Well, so far it's been a home run, so we'll see.
Mixer Rick,
Let's check
Yeah.
it out.
you have hit it out of the park for us.
All right.
And I know you've got one for our next coming guest.
Oh, you got that right.
Oh, I think he must be ready for us, too. Oh, my goodness. This is so good.
Oh, mama.
Oh,
That is
that
awesome.
is really nice.
Woo!
That would be great in the summer.
Oh, come on in. We are going to bring in Eric Stevens with Underdeveloped Photography. He is not only one of the best photographers in the real estate industry, but he's also a personal friend to Amy and I. And
And we
we
love having
adore
him here
and
with us.
love him.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So how's your week been?
Super busy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what makes your week so busy? Is it the time of year? Is it just things have picked up? Or what's been crazy?
The rush this year went from sometimes there's a buildup that's like a week or two, but this year it just it was like overnight. Like on the Friday, I think I shot 2 homes, and then the next Monday I shot 7, and it's been with the two of us, because I have Glenn now. So with the two of us, we're shooting somewhere between 7 and 12 houses a day.
How in
Every
the
single
world
day.
do you fit
How
that
do you
in?
get it done?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
that's a lot. So what areas do you cover? So,
Usually from Clemens to Burlington Graham, down to Lexington and up to Reidsville.
so you're all over the place then. How long does it take to typically shoot a house? I mean, I know if you have like a huge home, 4,000 or 5,000 square feet.
Normal house about an hour, maybe maybe a little under.
Okay.
And then monster houses can take longer, obviously.
I can't imagine.
And then video and drone.
Video,
And you do
drone,
floor plans.
Yeah, and Matterport, and
Zillows, yep.
yeah.
It's a lot.
Lord.
It's a lot. Well, your stuff is amazing. We love using you, and our clients have been super excited about
And
it.
our headshots are off the cuff.
I had easy models. So
You always make us look so good.
Well, Aaron's got a couple of questions for you.
I do.
This is going to be a fun,
Should I have
very
this
relaxed.
first?
Oh gosh,
Yes,
you have
take a little.
Well,
Let's take a little
cheers.
sippy sip.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you didn't have yours yet.
It is a spilling right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
We'll sleep well
So-
tonight.
Well, Mixer Rick, he is on point. You need this phone though, so you can call him.
Right.
I might rent it to you.
Okay.
For a
That's
small
fair.
fee.
Yeah.
You can bring it to your
Small
next
fee.
shoot.
For the
I'll bring it to my next shoot. 100% in Burlington. Yes, we're there.
Long cord.
So, what is one of the most bizarre things a seller that follows you around when you're shooting has asked you to do or not do?
I shot an entire.
And
So
don't
it's
say
a-
the address or the
Yeah,
name.
no. No.
Exciting as it may be.
So there's like this mansion house that I'm shooting, and I shot the entire master bedroom and was so focused on angles and things being where they were that I didn't realize until I went to the master or primary bath that every wall was covered in boudoir pictures of the wife. And so she wanted them blurred before they went on MLS.
So what do you do in that situation? Because I mean, it's just going to look like there's blurs all over your phone. Can you?
It doesn't look great,
No.
but they were like permanently mounted into the wall. Like
Oh, my.
frames were built into the wall around these pictures.
Oh wow, that's
And she was in all her glory.
Like all glory. Yep.
wow. I need to take a sip after
Yeah.
that. Woo!
So we blurred.
That's a lot of blurring. Was she too big to jump, or was she?
Oh my gosh. So what do you do in that situation? I mean, because the client is probably like doesn't want that stuff out there, obviously on the internet.
She didn't. It was weird though, because she had like 6 kids.
Was she comfortable with you being in
6
there and seeing
kids?
everything?
All her kids saw them all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so wild.
That was why it was so weird. Was just like her family comes over, she has get-togethers, and she was like, "Oh yeah, everybody's seen them."
That's great.
That's
fantastic.
I could say so
That's
much
fantastic.
about that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, that was.
I think I'll be syndicated and shut down if I say something
Yeah,
else.
I think you might be.
Oh my lord! All right,
That was probably the most random, like out of the box, like.
so what is? I can't.
While Erin is catching her breath, I'm going to ask this question. How do you get a seller to prepare for the photos? Like, what are some of the things that we should do? I'm going to let her recover because
Yes,
she's
thank
got
you.
visuals
Thank
and
you
everything
so
else
much.
happening right now. So we're going to give her a moment.
I might still have the regular pictures. So I have a checklist that I send every agent when they sign up with me. I don't know how often it gets used. But that is probably, whenever I do go to groups of agents and speak, that's like the one thing is when they're like, what's one thing you need us to know? And probably 80-90% percent of sellers at some point during their shoot will say, I had no idea what to do.
Right.
Or I've never sold a home before. I didn't know what to do. And so they don't know until I get there. And the problem is my time that I'm allotted to be there, you guys know this, is pretty much just to shoot. So I kind of go in hoping that the house is ready.
The conversations, there's no time for those.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a whole checklist, but basically keeping the counters clear,
Right.
trash up, pet
Blinds
stuff
up.
away, blinds up,
Toilet seats down.
toilet seats down.
100%.
If the
Fans off.
if the showers look bad, pull the curtains. Just
Right.
the normal stuff that you would do if somebody just showed up unexpectedly and you're trying to throw things together.
Right.
The biggest thing is just clutter,
Okay.
because a picture an empty house will shoot better than a cluttered house any day.
So when we go to our listing appointments, a lot of times we're having to coach our clients and in a very respectful way that their home is a little cluttered
Yep.
for making it feel neutral to the market.
Yes.
Right. And these are words that I use and these are terms I use. We
Yep.
want to neutralize your home a bit.
Absolutely.
So what you're saying is really helpful. What are other ways that they can help neutralize the home? So what are areas, the kitchen counters definitely get cluttered a lot.
Yep.
What other areas are main areas that we can focus them in on?
So we almost never shoot closets or garages.
Right.
So stack those up. with
Yes.
All the stuff you don't want to see. Tons of children's toys, tons of cords,
Bathroom counters.
bathroom counters, and I'm trying to think of where we spend the bulk of our time is probably just like the random stuff that you wouldn't typically think of.
Right.
So I know you do. Actually, I know you both do this because I've been with you, where you go around and will tell the sellers like, let's just clear all of this, and it just ends up making the whole process a lot quicker.
Great. Yeah, that's helpful. So
And most of them don't mind doing anything. It's just the people, they just don't know, so they need someone to tell them what they need to do.
I think a lot of times when you're living in a house for a while, you start to not see those piles building up.
for
You
sure.
start to not see the
For
dog
sure.
toys,
100%.
all on one side, or the kids' toys, or the 16 blankets that are in that basket. You just don't need all that stuff.
Yes.
Right.
And then when we get there to shoot, we try to move as much as we can,
Right.
but then even our senses get overloaded, and we get home and I'm editing pictures and I'm like, that was right in front of me.
Yeah.
I shot a house the other day and there was a laptop laying on the bed for the entire shoot, but I had moved probably 15 boxes of stuff out of that bedroom and somehow missed the entire computer sitting on the
Right.
bed. So it gets overwhelming at a point, and you just have to start shooting and try to remove what you can.
Not you, but another photographer at one point years ago left my purse sitting on the couch, and my purse was in the shots.
Yeah.
And I thought, I recognize that purse. This is not
That
people
looks
have that purse.
Yeah.
It's not part of the decor. Yeah, so that kind of thing. And you can make little edits like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you do, but you don't change major stuff. I've had sellers want things changed.
Yeah.
And you say not to do that because why?
Misrepresentation.
Absolutely. And that's something we have to be
over
very
editing,
careful.
and that's the biggest thing too that I tell clients all the time, or even buyers. And I've got buyers right now, and they'll say they sent me a house, and I said I've been in that house. They're like, it looks beautiful. I'm like,
Yeah.
over edited.
I get a lot of phone calls about that, actually. A lot of new
Yeah.
clients come from their previous photographer took the picture and over edited, or
And
like would expand a wall
Yes.
because they wanted to hide something and ended up technically misrepresenting the room.
Yeah, there's been a lot of complaints.
Where
I've had with buyers
they would get
that
a
way.
ton of people saying, they came and saw the listing and it didn't look like it. It didn't look like the photos.
and
So-
to your credit, that's one thing that Amy and I talk about with our sellers when we're getting ready to list is that we don't over edit, and we try to go through and talk to them about things. And then I always tell them, when Eric's here, we might move this and move that, but then we'll put it back.
Yeah.
I'll be here, she'll be there, we'll get it done, but the house will look how it looks.
I get a lot of texts at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night from agents, and they're like, any idea where I put the seller's charging? Like the charger or whatever,
Yeah,
cords, remote, TV remotes.
Right.
it's crazy.
Like it's usually
Yeah.
in the drawer right beside it or behind a pillow.
Exactly.
So let me ask you, what is one of the weirdest things that you've had to remove out of a room in a photo shoot?
Besides the boudoir pictures.
Yes.
Because you didn't
had a
remove those,
lady-
you blurred those. So technically,
Right. True.
Right. You didn't
true.
remove them.
So I had a lady that got very upset with me one time. I don't remember if I posted this or told you, but her entire, so weird. Her house was super formal and really, really modern, but her centerpiece on her dining room table was like 30, what are they called? Furbies.
Oh,
Stacked into a pyramid.
that's
a
a choice.
Furby.
Facing all different
Furby
directions,
statue.
like
That's
they
a choice.
like facing all around,
That
like
is
a
a
cake,
choice.
like a cake, and they tiered up,
Okay.
and there was a whole stack. And I said, "We're gonna have to move these for your dining room pictures," and she got very, very upset about it.
So how'd you handle it?
I moved them.
wow.
I'm sure the agent was very grateful that you did that.
This is a very specific,
Furby. I've never heard of a Furby. Oh man.
yeah.
and they were creepy looking anyways. But
Yeah, you
there's
feel like
30
everybody's
of them.
looking at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and all their eyes were
really.
open.
That's why.
Ooh.
Oh, have you ever had like the old dolls?
Yes.
Oh, do they creep you out to no end
Yes.
or what?
I have an agent
eyes
named
are
Tanya
watching.
who can. She owes me forever. We shot a house, like it was like a murder house, and there were dolls. There were probably 5 to 10 dolls in every room, and there was no power.
Is that the house that you got locked in the bedroom when you were shooting? I love you. He got locked in the bedroom.
What happened?
Do
So-
tell.
So you shoot from the door entry,
Yeah.
and you get that angle,
Seems very simple so far,
my God,
Eric.
we got-
and you
He
walk
texted
along that
me.
wall, and you shoot the other angle.
Again,
but you
very
close
simple.
the door so you don't have just a door sticking out of the edge of a photo. Mm-hmm. And I close the door, and I go back and I take my shot, and I go back to open the door, and when I turn the door handle, I hear ding, 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 and the insides of the door handle mechanism fell inside the door,
Oh my gosh.
and I couldn't get out.
He was locked in the bedroom.
And so I went to crawl out. I was on the main floor, so I went to crawl out the window so I could go back around and go back in the front door.
Oh, no.
But the windows had been screwed shut. Like the blockers, so you couldn't raise it. So I had to call the agent's assistant,
Can you
and
imagine
then
if you didn't have your phone on you? What do you do?
right?
He texted me. He was like, "I'm stuck in this room. Can you believe this?" And I'm like, "Where
It was just
are
me
you?"
sitting in an
Just
empty
hanging
room. I
out.
put
You're like this in the
What
corner.
was this
all
song?
yourself.
Wait,
all by myself,
All by myself, he played.
just sitting in a fetal position.
Crying. I was crying.
So Hazel came and rescued me. And,
Oh, that's hilarious.
but the crazy part was, I just assumed she'd be able to walk up and turn the other side.
She wasn't able to.
And no, so she had her fingernail file in one side of the keyhole, or in one side of the lock, the little divot, and then she slid her gas card underneath the door, and I stuck mine. So together we managed to pull it out, and the door slid open.
Success.
And you
That
know,
is crazy.
It's insane, and people think that everything that we do in real estate
Super
is so easy,
It's so easy.
and it's really not. And I know
The people who say, "I wish all I had to do was go around and take pictures of houses for a living," I could slap them in the face.
I can tell you how many times I've
God bless
texted
them.
you, and I'm like, "Hey, blah blah blah," and you're like, an hour early to a shoot because this one got canceled because they didn't get the yard done, and I've got 3 hours of editing, so I'm good. I'm like,
Yep.
okay,
Yeah.
can I bring you a coffee?
Probably my craziest delay was the house was totally ready, everything was set, but when the agent walked in the door, the woman said her dog was having puppies, and she had laid everything out on the living room floor for her dog to
Oh,
have her
no.
puppies. And so she canceled the shoot like 2 minutes before I pulled in the driveway.
Oh, wow.
What was
I'm like, well, let me just go in and shoot everything else, and then I'll just come back and shoot the living room.
You don't
She
want to
needed
disrupt the puppies.
no, she needed the piece for her dog. Yeah.
what was the worst shoot in the past year that you've most disgusting shoot that you've ever been?
Yeah, because we don't sell and shoot
People
only
do
beautiful
not-
homes.
yeah,
right?
let's take it. Let's,
You need to
I
just
know what it
chug,
is.
chug,
So let's
chug,
take a
chug,
little
chug.
sip.
What did you
Take a
what
little
have you
sip. You need to take a little
experienced?
sip, Amy.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to.
I've experienced some ones I need a hazmat suit on. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I
hazmat
forgot how to
suits.
say this.
It don't say the address.
No, I gotta say how it can be broadcast. So, a seller was renting his home, told the tenant that she had to move,
Okay.
and so she left him a thank you note for allowing her to live there,
With the deposit.
and then her thank you was she.
See,
But there you go. Yeah. on the floor and then smeared it on all the walls. It's a good bug. Yeah.
So as a photographer, you walk in to shoot that. Your agent's not there.
And
Do you turn around and leave?
I did, yeah.
I
Of
would.
course you would.
Yeah, I would.
That's a health hazard.
Because I kept saying,
Wild.
we can't curse.
No.
I kept saying there's beep all over the place. And I love this agent, but he was like, yeah, I know it's a rough one. And I was like, no, I mean, there's literal beep
Do you think?
all over this house. Yeah. And so I started sending a video, and I was like, yeah. And the agent said, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm leaving, and you're going to have to.
You're going to have the house cleaned, and then I will come back and
I
shoot
will
it.
help you move a box.
100%. But I will
We're not
help you
scrubbing
move
poop
that.
off the wall.
So bad.
I draw the line at.
Yeah.
So I think now's probably a good time to segue into our Never Have I Ever portion of the podcast, which, I mean, that would have been a fantastic.
That would have been.
I mean, let's be honest, but
Never have I ever rolled up to.
yeah.
Right.
So Aaron,
So I'm going to say, never have I ever been asked out by a client or a vendor.
oh jeez,
I don't think so.
You've never been asked out?
you know, I'm sure.
Dude. They thought you and I would be a hot couple. Don't you
It
remember?
would be.
We would be.
Yeah. Well, never have I ever come out of a listing appointment with a contact high.
Oh,
Oh,
that would have been yesterday.
Yep.
all right.
That's that.
Never have I ever, and this just happened,
That's good.
been in a vacant listing, and my client had massive gas, and I had to pretend like
Like, this wasn't happening.
no, and I was like this. So, yep, and opened the front door. Yeah, and never even missed a beat about the house, but just was like,
Did they apologize?
no.
Were they aware of their
No, it was
just walking
flatulence
into the-
issue?
It was a symphony.
Just a
walking
walking
through the
toots.
vacant.
My grandpa used to do that. Through Kmart.
And I
Just
honestly
walking
called
to-
my mom and I laughed and I said, I'm not sure what I should say, if I should put this in the podcast, but she literally had a symphony going all the way through the vacant house. And I was just behind her, like,
You couldn't-
dying.
Let me lead the
whole
way.
time.
literally on the floor.
Oh my gosh, that's
Never-
crazy. Never have I
So
ever.
people don't understand what we go through.
No.
They don't.
All right.
One
You have
thing we
any
do
good
need
ones?
to add to the checklist is that they don't need to. Please don't go blow up the restroom right before your appointment time to shoot.
And wait, one other thing I have to tell you. Never have I ever, and this happened over the summer. Actually, no, it was end of January. I had an out-of-town client moving here from Fayetteville, and she doesn't mind if I talk about her. And she had this house in mind that she wanted to look at.
Mm-hmm.
New construction. We went. We're walking through, and I'm like, this sure doesn't look like the house in the pictures. I was showing her the wrong house. Same neighborhood, wrong house. Wait, bless me. We walked out, and she's like,
That's
why is the
awesome.
outside beige and the other house is gray? And I said,
Awesome.
I think maybe we should be 4 houses down. It was the same lockbox because it was all new
At least it was on
construction.
the market.
Thank God, right?
That's crazy.
And then she wound up buying the right house, not the wrong house. She's like, wasn't there an office? I'm like,
Nice.
hey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh,
This has been great.
guys, this has
great.
been so much fun. We appreciate you watching. Thanks. Subscribe, comment, share. Peace out.
We'll
Good
see you again
night.
soon.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.